All right, everyone. It's time to start making preparations. There you are. If you expected to find us scaling the walls already, I'm sorry to disappoint. Don't get me wrong. We considered taking a stab at it, but with our limited numbers, I don't really think that plays to our strengths. Well, let's see. We have this sewer entrance here that the Imperials don't seem to know about. And then, well, we have you, of course. I'm thinking to base our attack strategy around that. What do you say? Yes, sometimes victory means getting dirty, and that's quite literally true here. A passage in the sewers leads to the gatehouse. If you'll open the main gate, we can get into the garrison without having to scale the walls and lose half our men. Just so you know, while you're slogging through sewage, we won't be napping out here. We'll go ahead and assault the main gate. It'll create a good distraction. It'll also mean that if you fail, we'll all die. Just so you know. Unless the gods decide to strike me down before the battle starts, I've had enough standing around in throne rooms talking about fighting the Imperials. I miss the satisfaction of sliding a sword between the plates of an enemy's armor. Of course, battle runs in our blood. You think our family rose to royal power by attending teas, playing games at court, and currying favor with the right nobles? No, this king and queen work. At its heart, it's a bloody business. I haven't neglected that. I've looked at the garrison's layout and whatnot, and it'll really depend on what we find in there. I am confident we'll catch them off guard, so no matter what, we'll have to capitalize on that. The sad truth is we're not even sure. More than 200 Knights of St. Helen were stationed here, but only a handful escaped. Their stories are all over the place. Giant Daedra scaling the walls, the dead rising from the crypt, who knows? That old witch was undoubtedly the mastermind. And actually, one of the knights who escaped claimed Septimus snuck into the garrison posing as a Red Guard refugee and then unleashed oblivion the next night. Knowing her, that's quite possible. Yes, I met her once, back before the soul burst. I'm ashamed to admit I actually fancied the girl. She was as cold as a Nordic winter, of course. I wonder if she's still attractive, though. Regardless, I think her head would look best on a pole.
I have been watching out for you. It must be quite an honor to have the High King awaiting your arrival. King Emmerich thought you would be here ahead of him, but he has waited for you nonetheless. Not terribly long, but long enough that he has formulated a plan of attack. This plan requires someone to take quite a bit of risk. I tried to volunteer for the duty, but he insists that you be the one. So I wish you good luck, my friend.
Split up! Burn!
Split up! Keep pushing! Drive the bastards back or put them down! I quite forgot how it feels. The rush of blood to the head, the sound and fury of battle. So what if I put on a few years? This is where I belong. I'm going to take back this garrison or die trying. I've captured a few keeps in my day, and I've learned the hard way. Whoever holds the courtyard holds the keep. So I'm going to seal our grip on this space. We should also hit the barracks, though, before the Imperials get their greaves on. Yes, but I'm not saying to slaughter a bunch of half-dressed soldiers. We're not Reachmen for Mara's sake. No, I'm hoping some of our knights are imprisoned there, and you can free them. We need all the swords we can get. After we've got the courtyard under control, we'll meet you up there. Oh, and if you see Septima Tharn or any of her commanders, feel free to take them down. I'd love to kill the old witch myself, but you're better qualified.
Commander Attius is down the hall. He tortured us. He needs to pay.
One favor I ask. If you see Commander Attius, kill him.
It's a damn good thing you came out. I was just about to charge in there and find you myself. If I had died, it would have been your fault. You don't want the death of a king on your head, do you? Gods, I probably shouldn't jest like that, not around Argella. Poor thing. There's no telling what these twisted imperial bastards might have done with King Eamonn's corpse. He was about to be entombed here when the garrison fell, of course. The royal crypt. All of Bankorai's rulers are buried there, to keep eternal vigil and such. The Imperials are doing something horrific in there. It's where they've formed their last line of defense. Whatever they're doing, I need you to stop them. East, across the bridge behind me. They're just throwing conscripts at us to keep us from getting across. They'll run out of fodder eventually. But if you'll lead the charge across on your way to the crypt, we can take the bridge now.
Help me.
King's champion is coming, Magus General. Shall we make an example of this fool?
Spread out! It's not weak. I have other matters to attend to. Finish the ceremony first, then deal with the interloper.
Yes, of course. The Dark Anchors first, then the interloper. Thank you for this honor, Magus General. Glory to the Empire.
Glory to the Lord of Brutality, Pathos. Glory to Moloch Ball.
The garrison is ours. Imbeciles will soon witness the Empire's true strength.
The Covenant cannot escape my wrath. You will see soon enough.
When you went below into the crypts, this foul, icy fog rolled in. The earth shook, and those dolmen emerged from the ground beneath our feet. We retreated here to await your return. The rest you can clearly see. I'm afraid the giant Daedric anchors from the sky issue is more your speciality than my own. I'll let you lead on this one. A wise leader knows how to delegate, my father used to say. He may have died in his cups, but the man knew his aphorisms. What could be more kingly?
Bankurai is mine, mortal. You cannot possibly protect it. Your king and queen will soon be slaves in Cold Harbor.
And death. But the chains are broken! The garrison is ours! Mark my words. This victory will go down in the history books. This is the day the Empire began to crumble.
Knights of St. Pellin, many of your brothers and sisters died here. But this was the purchase of their sacrifice. Be grateful and be proud!
We have the bastards on the run now. Come, Argella. Come, experience the joy of watching your enemies flee from battle.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't think we could retake the garrison. I expected to die here. I was even looking forward to it. But my heart is filled with happiness right now. Not for myself, but for the people of Evermore. Well, of course the war is far from over, but we've won a crucial battle. Definitely gave the Imperials a black eye. And Evermore is safe. I should return there, but I have a feeling Emmerich will want to press on to liberate southern Bankerai. Whether it's wise or not isn't for me to say. All I can say is that if Emmerich wants to push on, I hope you will go with him. It's clear that any undertaking you're a part of is more than likely to succeed.
We gave the Imperials a healthy kick in the buttocks, didn't we? I bet they don't stop running until they're behind the walls of Harlin's Stand. We will have to go after them, of course. For one thing, I still haven't seen Septima. I just have to find out how the years have treated the old girl. There's also the matter of liberating southern Bankerai. It's Covenant territory, you know. One grain of sand at a time, my friend. It's true we don't have the troops to go traipsing off into the desert, but one person can scout Harlin's Stand and see if Septima's there. If only I had a loyal and capable friend here. Of course, you can go to Harlin's Stand. Fabulous idea. Yes, my friend. The key to driving the Imperials out of southern Bankerai will be finding and eliminating the Magus General. If you'll track Septima down, we'll be halfway done. It's a magnificent city right in the middle of nowhere. Only the gods know why the Red Guards even built it. But it's changed hands many times over the century. Not a subject to bring up when you have Faharajad and Argella in the same room. Queen Argella, of course. It's part of Bankerai. Come to think of it, I don't even know why Faharajad wants it. Doesn't he have enough desert cities? You'd think he'd be lobbying for more territory in the wetlands for Mara's sake. Ha ha ha. Sweet Septima. I may have mentioned before, I actually met her when I was just coming of age, tagging along with my father to Cyrodiil. I took quite a fancy to her, but she mocked my advances most cruelly. My father was just a merchant lord from Cumberland, come to kiss the Emperor's ring. I didn't realize it, but I was hardly a match for a Tharn. Even back then, Abner Tharn would never have allowed his niece to be courted by someone like me. I believe they were aiming to conquer all Bankerai, but we've shown them that that's not going to happen. Septima's likely plotting revenge now, but who knows? Her family's so corrupt with power and necromancy, their motives hardly make sense anymore.
Everywhere I go lately, there is some new disaster. It would bring me such joy to bring my wares to a place untouched by all of this strife.
The road is long. Best stock up while you can, eh? Never know when you'll have another chance.
Well, well, a new arrival. We lie about like whipped dogs. Ufa drags his feet, waiting for aid. Can he not see that none comes? The Imperials hold our city. We were taken before our swords could leave the sheath. There's a traitor, my people whisper. For now, we wait. Wait for the Covenant to send help and the Imperials to tire. But you don't seem like the waiting type. I warn most against entering Hullen's stand. But you might help us in our resistance. Go to the alchemist shop in town. You'll find like-minded people there. The Imperials won't let you pass in peace, but any of their blood spilt blesses the sand.
new face. What's your business? We don't see a lot of travelers these days. What brought you here? You want to speak to Ufa, then? Too bad no one knows where he is. Even if we did, can't say he'd even want to talk to you, seeing as you're a stranger. Yara might see you, though. She's upstairs on the balcony. And don't think you can try anything. I'm not just here for my good looks. And Yara is more than capable herself.
I don't think we've met, and I don't think we need to. And I hear the Imperials have spies everywhere, so why would I admit to being someone they want to kill? That said, I know one thing Imperial spies wouldn't do: arm their enemies. Across the way is a guarded warehouse. If someone took weapons from there, it'd be a blow against the 7th Legion. And I hear the stable hand knows the people who need such weapons. Someone who did that, I could trust.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm doing my work? Or are you harassing me because I don't bow my head to the ground before the Imperials? Why would I want those weapons? I'm no friend to the Resistance, or to the Imperials. I just want to work in peace. Is that so? Let me fix them for you then. There. No one will suspect you carrying sacks smelling of the stables. Ones who need these wait in and near the town square. If you're caught, we've never spoken. I name no names, but seek the poor near the town square. Ask if they've seen a cat with red fur, and there will be your answer.
Lady Larea was a vampire.
What do you want from me? I have nothing more. Nothing. No home, no family, no future. Red fur, you say? Yes. Running across the rooftops in the sunset. A hunter and protector, long missing from home. Have you heard tidings of our lost friend, or do you bring something in its stead? I will guard this with my life, though I wish our mutual friend would return. This will prove quite useful in his absence. You've risked much to help us. Thank you.
These old eyes see you. Come, come. You did not see me, did you? No one sees the poor, the sick, the oppressed. You help these people of Holland's Stand, but for what? You put yourself in harm's way, but why? One of the destitute, no more. I have nothing except my eyes and ears, and I see Yara wants to trust you, but she cannot. Not until now. She will look for signs of treachery and find none, but even that will not be enough. Unimportant, but here is how she will. She waits by the tavern, as she was spying on you. Go to her, clasp her hands, and tell her that the red asp lives.
Ah, I was not expecting you. How did you... Never mind. What news have you? One of our allies passed with a peculiar bag from the stables. It's good to know you were the one to supply it. Well, then, I think it's best if we go our separate ways. Though you helped considerably, I can't take this risk again. What? How do you know this? The wind is truly at our backs. I've misjudged you. My apologies. We've been watching and waiting ever since the 7th Legion took our city. Now's the time to act. If you'll forgive my initial rudeness, I need your help. Let me share what we know. The 7th Legion took the town under cover overnight. Some say a traitor opened the gates to their army. It's the only explanation, but we don't know who the traitor is. We have a lead, though. Not what, but whom. I've set up a meeting with someone who may know the identity of the traitor. I'd like you to talk to her. My contact's at the tavern, just as I requested. She'll be reading a book. See what she knows, but be careful. I'll return to the alchemist shop on the other side of town once you go to meet with her. Yes, I will wait for you there. Maybe Ufa has already gone there himself. Keep ever watchful for traps.
Did Yara send you? She said to meet her here. It's more of a feeling. Call it intuition. It's better if you see it with your own eyes. Can you come with me to my home? It's best to continue our conversation in private. The Imperials may know your face by now. You can disguise yourself as one of them for the time being. They don't dare raise a hand against me, so I'll be all right. If you're ready, I'd like to go now. Follow me, but be discreet. With a disguise, the soldiers won't give you a second glance, but the sentries will certainly stop you if they can. Thank you for your discretion. I'm rather concerned about what's going on in Holland's stand, but it's not a good idea to say so in public. You see, it's my husband. You misunderstand. My husband is Captain Dakir at Niemer of the City Guard. I think he betrayed us. I couldn't bear to ask him. To see the hurt in his eyes and the shame that must surely be there. But he's keeping something from me, and I fear the worst. Soon after the Imperials came, our daughter disappeared. And my husband speaks with the Imperials, carries sealed messages back and forth. I don't know what to think. Search his office. It's upstairs. See what you can learn. I can't bear to look.
Dare you go through my things? What are you doing in my home? Did Quatrius send you? I've done everything he's asked. I won't suffer any more humiliation at his hands. Oh, Kisma, I wish I didn't have to keep such secrets from you. By Mara's heart, I don't know who betrayed us, but it was not me. I am little more than an Imperial lackey now, regardless. They have her, our daughter. The Imperials kidnapped her and hold her as a hostage. I debase myself before them for her safety, and I would do so again, if it means she will be returned to us. Now go, please.
I heard everything. They have my Hazi? Those Imperial dogs best not touch a hair on her head. Why didn't Dakir tell me? We must shoulder such burdens together.
I've seen the girl. It's not too late. The couple despairs, but all is not lost. Nothing's without hope until the last breath. Let me tell you of their child. Come, come. The Imperial fool Quatrius believes he's invincible, and in a way, he is. If one were to raise a blade against him, his soldiers would surely cut down the child out of spite. But there are other ways to cow a man. Not how, but where. Go to the pavilion in the shadow of the palace. You are already armed. Armed with the knowledge that he is a coward. With that, you must defeat him.
Away with you. Can't you see I'm busy? We're simply enjoying the fresh air. After all, who would want such a flower to wilt in a dungeon? Now be gone before I have my men remove you. What? It's complete nonsense. I see your point. Well, what did you want from me? Fine, fine. Run, girl, before I change my mind. Now the guards will be back any second now. Don't think you can threaten me again.
Papa! Papa!
I thought that brute was going to kill me. Thank you, stranger.
This is your doing? You freed my daughter? I am truly blessed to have such aid from a stranger. With no promise of reward, you saved my family. Here, take this key. You will do far more good with it than I. The Grandea's chains. The Imperials made me capture her and bring her to them. I fear they want to publicly execute her in order to cow the citizens. If anyone can save her, it would be you. 1,000 blessings upon you.
I never expected to see my daughter again, yet here she is. You are like sweet water from Tava's winds, stranger.
Seems you've poked a hornet's nest. I hope whatever you did was worth it. They have the Grandea? That is troubling news. You've been busy then. But what news of the traitor? Do you know his identity?
You are mistaken, friend.
Master Ufa, you're truly alive.
Did I not send word with our friend here? I spoke to the captain after you left. He was more than willing to help after the good turn you gave him. The traitor is well within our grasp. Don't you recognize the old beggar without his rags? I've been following you for quite a while. Even my own followers suspected nothing. Dakir and Kisma will never forget what you've done for them. You've been a great boon to the Resistance. Once we have the traitor in our hands, we'll have all the pieces we need to assault the 7th Legion. The captain's men know how to find him, but I don't know where these men are, or if they're still among the living. They won't work with me, but may consider you an ally. You must find them before the Imperials do. Seek Aisha, Nasira, and Runid. Their peril is our opportunity. I'm sure they'd rather work with us than with the Imperials. Ask about, search houses, but above all, be discreet.
Probably only a matter of time before the Imperials anger everyone. I told my friend he could come with me, but he's too attached to this city. I suppose I understand that. I'm only here to visit my friend Runid. He invited me to see his hometown, but then these Imperials arrived and he told me I'd be safer somewhere else. Haven't met any other townspeople. Ah, then you'll probably find him still at his house, praying for the gods to intervene. He's a fool, but a good-hearted one. Down the street a bit. Although, that said, all these desert houses look alike to me.
You don't look like one of the 7th Legion. Why have you come? He's in hiding, the rat. He is named Muradin. You'll have to find a way to lure him out into the open if you wish to find him. I'm not sure where he is now. If I knew that, I'd be after him myself, wouldn't I?
What do you want with this old woman? Everybody knows Aisha caught the rat in the act. She was boasting about it in the town square right up until the Imperials flooded in. If you're looking for her, I'd check her home. The Imperials might have gotten there first, though.
Someone who knows what they want, yes? How can Nazir be of service? There are people all around us. Particular ones, this one cannot say. Not without some convincing. Ah, you are a smart one. I can tell you many good townspeople remain inside their homes. Some out of fear. Others await news. Perhaps they wait inside for news from you. You will have to find out the rest on your own, I fear.
I wondered if someone would find me before they finished me off. He's a womanizing piece of scum who'd sell his own mother to make a few coins. Ask at the tavern for Niha, his latest courtesan. She'll tell you where he is. I should have slit his throat when I had the chance. Well, he wasn't there when I last checked, but it's been several hours now. There's a tavern he's gone to before to meet his latest mistress. Check there.
Not my usual type, but business is slow. What can I do for you? Perhaps. Many know Muradin. Not many will admit to it. I've met him once or twice, but I don't know where he is now. Do you know what would happen to me if I betrayed Maradem? Or any of my contacts? No, I can't help you. Now go away before someone sees us talking.
You
Ufa,
have little
you're
choice,
alive.
Niha. Niha will help, for the good of us all. But I understand her fear. We must be cautious on her watch. If anyone suspected her involvement, that would mean her end. We still need information from the wretch. Fortunately, I know of a simple way to extract it. Across the way lies the Mages Guild. Talk to a man named Razin. Ask him for his specialty. It's a potent sedative only he makes. I'll set a trap for Maradem with my dear Niha's help. Once you have the powder, take it to the Drowsy Owl Inn upon the hill and get the rest of the details from her. You can see your destination from here if you need to get your bearings.
Something I can help you with? I'm rather preoccupied, so make it quick. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just a simple apothecary, friend. The rogue. Sometimes I wish the Imperials did find him. Here's your powder. It'll paralyze in a matter of moments after being ingested. Take care you don't breathe it in.
Denbert keeps complaining about the Imperials, but I'm just happy they've left us alone. If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
This occupation won't last. We Red Guards won't labor under an Imperial yoke. It's not in our nature. To be honest, I'm surprised the peace has held this long.
And red diamond, protect us till the end.
Have you got everything you need? There's a bottle of wine in the alcove for you, though I've no idea what you'll do with it. I'll serve it to Maradem, and then you and Ufa can do what you must. But after that, I'll have no part in what comes. Wait here. I've brought you refreshments, sir.
Niha! Always so good to me. Let's taste this fine concoction. A strange flavor. What kind of wine? Who are you? What have you done with Niha? What was in that wine? How dare you? Whoa. What's happening to me? Did you poison me? Please, give me an antidote. I'll tell you anything. She's in front of the palace. I have the key for the stocks, but they guard her exceptionally well. They'll execute her within the week. That's all I know. Now please, give me the antidote. I'll give you the key.
Bleating like a cut lamb, I see.
Ufa.
I thought you were dead!
That was the intent. Get the key off his body and leave him.
We need to work quickly. Who knows when the Imperials will decide to execute the Grandea?
Please refrain from vulgar language nearby. I ask you preemptively, as I have no desire to hear coarse words today.
Good. I'm free. Let the people know the time has come. Light the 2 watchtowers. We must rise up against the Imperials. We must not falter. Go!
Well?
Watch yourself. I am in a foul mood.
It's time. They ready themselves for battle. We will hold the palace while you take out the Imperial within. We must all move quickly. She's in no shape to fight. I can't imagine what torture she must have endured under the Imperial's reign. You are our symbol, friend. Our symbol of freedom. There's no time to waste. We must strike now, or the Imperials will have time to make preparations. Go inside and slay that Imperial Sedas Secundus like the dog she is. We don't know what kind of forces she has with her. We're counting on you.
I've heard a lot about you. Finally, we meet in person. Bold. I like that. It's unfortunate you've picked the wrong side. The Legion needs more soldiers with that kind of attitude. No matter. Holland's Stand will be our stronghold in the Covenant, and no upstart shall challenge that. Did you think I'd let anyone walk in here unchallenged? You are a fool, as are the rest of them. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Sedas! The people of Holland's Stand demand your surrender. If you won't surrender, your life is forfeit.
I'll make you an example to these dogs.
They must pay for what they've done to our town. I'm just livid.
You've done it. The 7th Legion will be our prey. The Imperials had no chance. We took them by storm, and without their leader, they had nowhere to turn. What few are left will fall easily. You were the linchpin for it all. The Grandair will have something to say too, no doubt. Here she comes now.
Proud people of Holland stand. We have won the day. A stranger to our city was the spark. Let us never forget this, or those who fell in the fight. And here is the savior of my people, my city, and me. We are all in your debt, friend. We must rebuild. The Imperials tore apart our fine city, but we will rise from the sands. You have given us this chance. Forever will Holland Stand remember your work and your sacrifices. Holland Stand will forever be a home to you. What?
Come closer, my friend, and look upon my armor. Do you see the fine metal rings? The shining buckles? True craftsmanship is in the details.
Light it, then! Or are you afraid to singe your furry tail?
This one's furry tail caught dinner. Or have you forgotten? It is you who wanted to cook the meat.
My thanks.
Much appreciated. Watch out for the Imperial archers.
Ah, King Emmerich said you might be coming. The Imperials are here. Did you know this? The king and his men are preparing for an attack even now. Though they are greatly outnumbered, I think it is good that you are here. Hurry along then. You will find the king just up the road. I am going to scale this wall and try to get more details on the Imperials' defenses. I will join you shortly.
Ha! Now, I almost feel sorry for the Imperials. Almost. I was wondering when you'd wander up. I knew you wouldn't let me get all the glory. Of course, I wouldn't have wanted to take any action until you were with us regardless, but I like to pretend. Anyhow, how in oblivion are you? I feel strong. I'm ready to spill some Imperial blood. This will be remembered as the place where the Imperials made their last stand in Banquerai. Despite my advisor's concerns, I decided I had to be here and lead the charge myself. Ha! Are you trying to coddle me now too? I command you, put aside your concerns. This isn't even going to be a real contest. Each of my soldiers can take 10 of theirs, and you can take 100. So, can we get on with this? All right, everyone. This is it. No one is allowed to die until they've taken down at least a dozen enemies. Kill as many as you can. The only exception is the Major's General. She's mine, and mine alone.
Good speech, Emmerich. I can't believe you still fancy me after all these years. Let's get reacquainted then, shall we?
Overconfident as ever, I see. I'm not afraid of you, Septima.
To arms! Defend the king!
You will not! I think we need to spend some alone time, Emmerich. Come, let's find a quiet place.
Zet's tears! What has befallen? Who has slain everyone? Where's the king? Oh, merciful Mara. Please say this isn't so. I knew the king should not have come. Why should he risk his life this way? What will we do now? Someone has to go after him. No, I mean, I have scouted out all this area from the ridges above. The Imperial encampment is just over the hill, and then this temple, the Hall of Heroes, it goes on forever. She might have taken the king anywhere in all that space. The encampment. There has been much activity there in recent days. The Imperials have been going in and out of the temple. I have even seen the Magus General herself. Perhaps if you search the encampment, you will find some evidence of her plan. You are a brave soul to go after the king on your own. I applaud your courage. I will go to Evermore to request additional support. Then I will return. May Rukhtga and all the gods be with you until then. None, save that they are very well dug in. I would guess that they have been here for several weeks, making preparations for something significant. Most of the Imperial soldiers are in the encampment. I think there are Daedra in the temple itself. The Hall of Heroes? Oh, it is very, very old, and no one even uses it anymore. Heroes today are entombed at Tuwaka's throne or Motalian necropolis. But long ago, this is where great heroes like Frundar Hunding and Makela Leki were buried. The Keeper said it should belong to the gods themselves, that mortals were never truly welcome here. Perhaps so. Legends always suggested it was a place where planes collide, where worthy Redguard souls came to make the journey to the far shores.
Halls of the gods or halls of the dead? Which is it? Is there a difference? Look, another live one. Oh, sorry. I should speak more quietly. Don't want to disturb the dead, or the Daedra crawling all over this place. I find them very distasteful. Not right for this place. Not right at all. Me?
I'm the keeper of the hall. I am guardian of the gate between here and there, between this place and the next. The living don't belong here. I'm supposed to keep them out, but I seem to have failed at that. Yes, especially that cruel, twisted lady Septima Tharn, I believe she is called. She has broken all the rules. I told her as much, I did, but she would not listen. When she leaves, I do not think I will invite her to come back. She's in the Chamber of Passage, but it is a forbidden place. You must get special allowances to go there. This is the Heroes' Hall. You will have to convince them to let you pass. Oh, they're scattered all over this place, everywhere. Getting them to talk is the hard part. They're quiet types. Been dead for centuries. Frandar Hunding might listen. You'll just have to do some convincing. You have Tuaka's blessing, though. I hope Frandar lets you pass. I also hope he has more clarity than I do. I wonder why anyone would want to visit the Chamber of Passage, or even the far shores. Aren't there some shores you could visit a little closer to home? Do I live here? That is a strange choice of words. Yes, indeed. As I said, this place is not for the living. It is the dead who actually live here. I simply watch over the place. I go back and forth between here and there. If we knew that, then presumably we could force her to leave. That would save us all a lot of trouble, would it not? That would certainly be nice. It is not as far as it sounds, but you do have to die to get there. It is where mortal souls are supposed to go when they pass from this plane. Not all souls find their way, of course, but some of them do not belong anyways. You understand?
I know you. Your spirit. But you belong in this place no more than the others. The invaders. Why do you come here? Why do you disturb my rest? Of all the places in this temple, you do not belong. It is there you belong the least. But I sense that where the others have come to violate the chamber's sanctity, you have come to restore it. I will give you my blessing, if you prove worthy. The invaders have taken my scrolls, 4 sacred writings from the Book of Circles. They describe the principles one must master in the various seasons of life. Recover the scrolls, place them on the appropriate pedestals, and earn my blessing. scrolls speak of the principles of wisdom, discipline, sacrifice, and devotion. The seasons of life in which I mastered these principles. Place them in the proper order in which they were mastered. Look to the passing of time, to the order of the sun, stars, and moon for understanding. Have my blessing. Now you must seek my sun spirit. Speak to Diva.
sense great determination in you, living one. But very few of the living are foolish enough to trespass in these hallowed halls. Even fewer are foolish enough to seek entrance into the Chamber of Passage. This is your intention, though, is it not? And you have already achieved in life that which gave me great difficulty. My father's influence, though, was only one aspect of what guided my life's purpose. In truth, it was my mother's role, the sacrifice she made, that defined my destiny. When Emperor Hera's soldiers came to arrest me, they struck my mother and she was slain. It wasn't until that moment I embraced the way of the sword. To earn my blessing, light the braziers in the chamber above in the colors to honor her sacrifice. You'll find the braziers are already lit. You must simply cycle through the colors on each brazier to match the memory of my mother's final moments. It's getting the colors in the correct order that matters. Turn and observe the moment of my mother's sacrifice. Remember it as I do. Take it into your heart and light the fires of my memory. Thank you for honoring my mother's memory. You have my blessing. Now you must seek out Makela Leki.
It takes a brave soldier to enter the Chamber of Passage, but courage alone is not what defines a warrior. One has already breached the chamber without my blessing, but you come behind seeking just that, do you not? And by seeking our blessing, you show that you deserve such an honor. The one who breached the chamber, this Septima Tharn, she has strength, courage, and even wisdom, but she lacks an essential quality of a true Onsei. The answer is the key to my blessing. You will find several impressive swords in this chamber. They are only symbols of ideals. But bring me the blade a true swordsinger would wield, and I will grant you entrance to the Chamber of Passage. You must think as Swordsinger would. Which blade would be most suitable for a warrior who has achieved mastery of his or her technique? Very well then. Which blade is it? Well done. A true Swordsinger would select the training sword because it is the swordsman, not the sword, that matters. You understand true humility. You have my blessing. You may enter the Chamber of Passage.
Heroes? Gods, Imperials, who's in charge here? You! You've earned the blessings of the heroes, but blessings will only get you through the door. Are you really ready for what lies on the other side? Something that no mortal has ever seen. Until that nasty woman went in there, of course. And who knows what she might have done to the place. I guess you'll be finding out soon enough, though. The real mystery is what's a woman like that wanting to do in a place like this? She has a prisoner, but the Chamber of Passage is not a place for holding someone. It's a place for sending someone on. To the far shores, of course. This is it. This is the path the souls of heroes take to move on to the afterlife, as some call it. Souls used to be flying through here all the time. Guess there just aren't as many heroes anymore. You think it's just an elaborate suicide plot? Afraid I don't share your optimism. But what is she doing in there? I'd say only the gods know. But I don't think they do. The way I look at it, there's only one way to find out.
Look, Emmerich, your savior has arrived. Or is that your executioner?
It's good that you're here, my friend. Though, I'm afraid I may be dying. You're a good friend. Courageous and loyal. And all that. But you're a terrible liar. I just wish it wasn't that wench Septima that killed me. I suppose I must say goodbye, my friend. I'll see you on the other side. You're here too. Can you get us back? It's quite pleasant here, but I'm not ready to die yet. We can't let them win.
Hush now, Emmerich. Your death matters little. There are other kings. It's this one I wanted. The one who's been holding the Covenant together at every turn. The vestige from Cold Harbor. Didn't think I knew, did you? I did, and I knew I couldn't kill you. On Mundus. Here, though, you're severed from Cold Harbor. From your soul. Here you're stuck. Goodbye now.
Insolent necromancer! The Far Shores is no prison in which you can place your enemies! You dare to come here and then expect to live freely? I think not. You, though, are no less a fool. An honorable fool, but a fool nonetheless. Very well, though. I have an offer. Slay this wretched woman, and you and your liege can return to the Mundus.
I'll leave whenever I damn well please. But I'll enjoy teaching you both a lesson in power first. Rise and fight! I could rule this plane!
And Hammerfell!
Well, that was demoralizing, wasn't it? Your death matters little, Emmerich. I can't believe she said that. I don't know, though. Is it true? That's a relief, I suppose. There's some part of me that wants to stay here, but I'd have regrets for all eternity, wouldn't I? Since I'm in the fortunate position of having a choice, I think I prefer you take me back.
Were it truly your time, I might invite you to remain here in the Far Shores. You have earned the right to be here. It is not your time, though, so you must go. Take your liege back, restore him, and then you must all leave the Hall of Heroes.
My cousin, my king, I'm sorry we failed you.
There I am, still dead. So do I just climb back in? There. Easier than I thought. That knife wound still smarts, but it's good to be alive. That was an experience I won't be forgetting anytime soon. I'd say that you went beyond the call of duty, but I think you went even beyond that. Of course, Septima was actually after you, wasn't she? I suppose so. Furthermore, I'm grateful now that Septima never returned my affections. Mara's mercy, that woman did not age well. She's irrelevant now, though, thanks to you. I suspect, however, that we can't afford to rest on our laurels just yet.
I think before I said I'd seen it all. Well, I was wrong.
Truthfully, I think a few days' rest are well-deserved on both our parts. Not at the seashore, mind you, but perhaps in way rest. Unfortunately, though, I am long overdue for an appointment. And as it happens, so are you.
What is it? What?
What do you want?
Well...
What is it?
What is it?
Honey, please, we must go see my father. It's been so long.
Maria, I promise you we'll visit your father as soon as possible. Maybe not this year, but next year, for sure. Don't be a stranger now, my friend. We need more people like you hanging about here in the castle. It makes the place more interesting. Though I suppose if you hung about here, you'd be pretty boring, wouldn't you? Safe travels, then.
I understand that saving my husband was just the latest in a series of heroic acts to save Stormhaven. This was a threat to the Daggerfall Covenant as a whole. So Alec here thanks you as well.
You are truly favored by Azura. Wherever you go and whatever you do, I hope you will not take her blessing for granted. I should add that personally, I am honored to have walked at your side in her light. May she continue to watch over you.
The finest of weapons, cut and pierce. A sword or dagger. These do both.